Hello, welcome to today's gentle chair practice. All you need for our practice today is just your chair. You can do this seated in a chair, you can do this in your bed, on your couch, wherever it works best for you. As always, listen to your body. This is your practice. Feel free to adapt, adjust, and modify any part of this practice so that it best serves you in the moment. We will stay seated for the duration of this practice. If at any time you would like to do these practices or movements standing, feel free to do so. I'll remain in my seat, but if you want to stand to do any portion of this practice, you're more than welcome. All right, so when you are ready, take a moment and find your seat. So if you find that maybe your feet don't touch the floor or your knees are kind of high, feel free to place something underneath your feet, maybe a couple of pillows or a blanket underneath your feet. Or if your knees are higher than your hips, place something underneath your seat so you can sit up on a pillow or a blanket so that your knees are more in line with your hips. So when you find that place of relative balance, go ahead and allow your gaze to soften. As your gaze begins to soften, draw in a nice big full inhale. Exhale, sigh it away. One more time, big full breath in. And exhale it out. We'll use these first few moments just to begin to arrive and settle into your space. And as you begin to arrive, take a moment to notice the space around you. Notice the sounds or sensations that you may observe, that you may hear or sense. And from this awareness of the space just in which you occupy, begin to notice how you arrive onto your seat or onto your mat. Notice any sensations that you may or may not observe right as you begin to settle in and arrive. And as you begin to notice how you arrive, I invite for you to become aware of the sensation of the support of the gear underneath you. So begin to notice how you make connection with your seat, how your feet may make connection with the earth. And from this awareness of the connection underneath you, begin to draw that awareness up into your entire body. So just begin to notice how your physical body arrives into this space. And see if you can observe from a place of compassion. So we're not judging how we arrive, we're not judging how we show up. Just allow yourself to be present with what you notice. And from this awareness of your physical body, begin to shift your attention into your breath body. Begin to notice the quality and the rhythm of your inhales and exhales. And without changing anything, just observe the quality of your breath with these first few breath cycles. And just notice what you notice here. I'm beginning to shift our breath to become a bit more intentional. So I invite you to place your hands just at the bottom of your ribs. So let your thumbs touch your very lower ribs and allow your hands to just sort of envelop your diaphragmatic area. So that space right at the high belly. And I invite for you to begin to draw your breath into that space right there at the high part of your belly. So just noticing how our diaphragm allows our breath to become a bit more intentional. So with each inhalation, allow this space to expand. Notice the gentle expansion of your rib cage, the gentle expansion of your belly. And then allow your diaphragm, your belly, and your ribs to soften. Notice the gentle contraction. Maybe allow your breath, your exhalation to become intentional and purposeful and engage through your diaphragm. And we'll breathe a couple more breaths just like that. Allowing your breath to be purposeful as opposed to passive. And as you settle into this breath, maybe allow your exhalations to be just a little bit longer than your inhalations. It doesn't have to be incredibly long. It's just an awareness. And gently maybe place one hand on your heart and allow one hand to stay here on your belly. And with the next few breath cycles, begin to let your breath radiate into your entire body. Maybe even follow your breath as it expands just beyond your physical space. And as you exhale, allow your breath to find a quality of softness. And as we move through our practice today, I invite for you to allow your breath and your body to be at the center of your attention. And notice how they respond and react to one another. And gently float both hands up to your heart. Maybe your palms connect, maybe your hands just rest on one another. It's completely up to you. Wherever you happen to be, I invite for you to cultivate a sensation of gratitude. Bring to mind that idea or quality of gratitude, and from this place, bring to your mind's eye one thing that you are grateful for today. We'll hold this bit of gratitude in our hearts as we move through our practice. Gently release your hands to your lap, and as you do, lower your chin to your chest, but allow your spine to stay long. So gently lift through your heart, root through your tailbone as your chin lowers down. Inhale, gently lift your chin and gaze upward. And exhale, lower your chin to your chest, maintaining that length in your spine. We'll do that a couple more times. Inhale, gently lift your chin and gaze up to the corner where your wall meets the ceiling. And exhale, lower down. And one more time. And with that same length in your spine, gently bring your right ear to your right shoulder. And exhale, bring your chin to your chest, left ear to your left shoulder. We'll do that a couple more times on each side. And the next time your right ear finds your right shoulder, pause for a moment, allow your shoulders to be soft. Find that same length in your spine. Gently reach through your your left hand. And as you do, gently root through your feet. So as you root through your feet, notice if your spine lengthens just a little bit more. Big full breath in here. Exhale, release. Take a moment here in neutral with your chin to your chest. Notice both sides. And bring your left ear over to your left shoulder. Find that length in your spine, that softness through your shoulders. Maybe reach your right hand by your side. It's your right hand now. Root through your feet, and as you do, find that length in your spine. Allow your shoulders to soften just a little bit more. And gently release, chin to your chest. Reach both hands down by your sides. As you inhale, reach your arms to shoulder height. Lift your gaze, exhale, keep your gaze as it is, lower your hands. And we'll do that a couple more times. Inhale, arms to shoulder height. And exhale, release. One more time. Inhale, arms to shoulder height. As you exhale, lower your left hand and begin to just hinge on over to the left. Sweep your right arm up. And exhale, switch. So bring your left arm up. Hinge on over to the right. And inhale, center. So adding some work in our legs here. Root through your feet, find that length in your spine. Big full inhale, reach through your fingertips. And as you exhale, reach through your left hand as you reach your right arm up and over. So we're hinging, not leaning. Find that length in your spine. Inhale, center. Root through your feet, hinge on over to the right, reach through your fingertips. And inhale, center. Let everything soften. Bring your hands to your knees, big full breath in, lift your heart, lift your gaze. And as you exhale, press between your shoulder blades, bring your chin to your chest. And inhale, lift your heart, lift your gaze. And exhale, release. One more time. Inhale, lift. And exhale, round, release. Bring everything back to center. Maybe if it's possible, scoot forward on your seat just a little bit, if it's in your body and practice. With your hands on your knees, we're going to make some circular motions with our spine. So big full breath in. Root through your feet as you exhale. Hinge on over to the right. Press into your left foot. Gently lean forward. Press into both feet. Inhale, root through your right foot and come back up the left side to center. So we're just making these big circles, finding engagement through our legs and our hips here. We'll go one more in this direction. And find center. And then reverse. So exhale, hinge on over to the left, root through your right foot. Gently hinge forward, up the right side, root through your left foot, back to center. Move with your breath. So combine your breath with your movement. And one more time. And when you find center, pause, big full breath. Reach your hands by your sides once again. Inhale, sweep your arms to shoulder height. Bring your hands to your elbows. Nope, your shoulders, these things. Lengthen through your elbows. And then as you exhale, bring your elbows together. Inhale, open up nice and wide. And exhale together. And inhale, open up nice and wide. And one more time. Inhale, open up everything nice and wide. And as you exhale, bring your left arm on top, right arm underneath. Give yourself a little bit of a hug or pat on the back. Find your breath in that space between your shoulder blades. Create that space. On your inhale, reach your left elbow up to the sky, and with your right hand, gently turn your tricep towards you. So you're just finding a length through your entire left side. As you do, root through your feet and lift just a little bit taller. Maybe reach your elbow up to the sky just a little bit more. And exhale, release. Big full breath in, reach your arms to shoulder height. And bring your right arm on top, left arm underneath. Give yourself a second hug or pat on the back. Maybe today's one of those days where you just need to. Find your breath into that space between your shoulder blades. And on your inhale, reach your right elbow up to the sky, and with your left hand, gently draw your tricep towards you. And see if you can hold that work and let go of your arm. So we're using our shoulder and our tricep to hug it into the midline. Root through your feet, find that length just a little bit more. Big full breath here. And exhale, release. One more time, inhale, both arms to shoulder height. As you exhale, hands to your knees, gently hinge forward. Just find a little bit of relief, perhaps in your low back, in your spine, that space into your shoulders. Big full breath here. And on your inhale, come back to a center. And go ahead and bring your hands to your hips or just let them fall by your sides. We're going to make some circles with our right hip here. So just make some big circles. Your toes may stay grounded. They may lift off the ground. And these circles may be as big or as small as your body allows. As long as you're breathing. Go the other way. And pause for a moment. Bring your toes to the ground. Inhale, reach your arms up to the sky. And as you exhale, bring your hands to your hamstrings. And as you do so, see if you can find that same lift in your chest. If you find that you're rounding forward a lot and this just doesn't work in your body, you can bring your hands to your hips. Totally fine. And as you inhale, reach your leg out nice and long in front of you, and exhale, bend your knee and reach. So we're just making some extensions and flexions with our knee joint here, moving with your breath at your pace. And the next time you find center, lengthen through your heel and then point and flex your toes. Again, moving with your breath. You're either holding your hamstring or your hips, completely fine. Bring some movement into your toes here and your ankle. And go the other way. And pause for a moment, big full breath. Exhale, release. Check in with both sides. And we'll shift on over to side B. So make some big hip circles with your left hip. Just moving and breathing. Working through any kinks or tension that may be hanging on or hanging out. And then go the other way. Gently release. Bring your toes to the ground, or you can bring the balls of your toes to the ground. On your inhale, sweep your arms up to the sky. Inhale, hands to your hamstrings or your hips. I'll keep my hands on my hamstrings on this side. As you inhale, reach your leg out nice and long, and then flex your foot or your ankle. And extend and flex. We'll do a couple of these with your breath. And the next time you find center, just bring some movement to your ankle here. Going all directions, exploring all ranges of motion. Point and flex your foot. And pause for a moment, reach through your heel, big full breath in, and exhale, release. Take a moment, find that rooting through your feet, hands to your knees. And for just a moment, check in with the quality of your breath, the quality of how you arrive into this moment. Bring your right leg out to the side, allow your knee to bend, and reach your left leg out nice and long. So your toes, I find it's comfortable for me to have my toes facing the long edge of my mat or the sort of parallel to the front edge of my chair. You can have your foot flexed out to the side. It's just whatever feels best in your body. And with your bent knee, just make sure it's in line with your ankle here. On your inhale, reach your arms to shoulder height and pause for a moment. So allow your fingertips to lengthen, and in this space, gently press into the soles of your feet as if you were going to stand. So we're creating that sense of traction, that musculature in our legs. Big full breath in here. Exhale, release. And we'll switch sides. I'll turn your left toes out. In line with your ankle, right foot perpendicular to your left. Press into your feet, so find that foundation. Inhale, sweep your arms to shoulder height. Find that strength in your legs, that length in your spine. Big full breath here. And out. One more nice big full inhale. Exhale, release. So we'll do that again on both sides, but we'll add a little bit of movement here. So turn your left toes out, right foot perpendicular. No, I'm just kidding. Right toes out, left foot perpendicular. I haven't had coffee this morning, so we'll get there. So root through your feet, set your foundation, find that length in your spine. Inhale, arms to shoulder height, big full breath in. As you exhale, reach through your right fingertips. Bring your elbow to your knee, left hand to your hip just to start. And gently lift your heart up to the sky. Lift your gaze up to the sky. Your legs are still really strong here. Big full breath in. On your inhale, sweep your left arm upward. And maybe reach it overhead. So check in with your right shoulder. Are you sinking? Or can you find that lift and length in your spine? Big full breath here. And exhale, press into your feet to come back to center. And then we're going to reverse that. So bring your left hand to your hip. Sweep your right arm up to the sky. Nice big full breath here. And exhale, release. Bring everything to center for just a moment. Let your feet check in underneath your knees. Big full breath. And we'll shift to the other side. So turn your left toes out. This time it's the left toes. Right foot parallel to that short edge of your mat or the edge of your chair. So find that rooting through your feet, that place where you can evenly ground through your feet. If you have to extend that front leg out a little bit to find that balance between both feet, please do so. On your inhale, reach your arms to shoulder height. So find that strength in your legs, that lift through your spine, right? So we're lifting up through our heart space as we root into our seats. Big full breath here. As you exhale, reach through your left fingertips. Bring your elbow to your thigh, right hand to your hip. Gently open up to the sky. Allow your gaze to soften. Allow your breath to soften. And maybe, inhale, sweep your your right arm up and over. Breathe fully. Keep that strength in your legs. Keep that lift in your heart. One more full breath here. As you exhale, bring everything back to center. Nice big full inhale. Bring your right hand to your hip. Left arm reaches up to the sky. Keep that strength in your legs. Big full breath here. Big full inhale and release. Once again, bring everything back to center. And just rock your knees from side to side. You can hold your seat here if you'd like. And pause for a moment. So I'm going to turn my chair to the side just so you can see what's going to happen next. So with your seat, go ahead and scoot forward so that your legs can be out nice and long here. You may find that having your feet firmly on the ground is more convenient, and that's absolutely fine. But we're looking for length through the back side of our body. So in order to find that, go ahead and press through your heels. Even if your feet are on the ground, you can still root through your heels here. Nice big full inhale, bring your hands to your hips, and as you exhale, hinge forward. As you hinge forward, lead with your heart. So you find a nice long spine. Press a little bit more into your feet to come back to center. And we'll do that a couple more times. Big full breath and lengthen as you exhale, hinge forward. Inhale, root through your feet, come back to center. One more time, big full breath here. Exhale, hinge forward. Option to walk your fingertips towards your ankles. However, if you notice your spine start to round here, walk your hands back up a little bit so you can maintain that length in your spine. Still rooting through your heels, big full breath here. Inhale, back to center. Bring your hands to your hips or let them come to the chair behind you. And this time, point through your toes. And gently lift your heart upward. Find a little bit of breath through the front part of your body. Allow your belly, ribs, and heart to soften. And release. Come back to center. Walk your feet towards your body. Bring your hands to your knees, and for just a moment, breathe fully here. Check in and notice what you notice. And and gently shift your weight so that you're closer to the right side of your seat. And bring your right foot behind you. So if you find that it is more convenient in your body to physically turn in your chair to reach your right foot behind you, that is totally fine. I'm going to stay, since my chair is already here, I'm just going to go ahead and stay facing in this direction. Just make sure that your chair, and I should have said this at the very beginning too, make sure your chair is in a place where it's not going to shift around too much so that you're balanced or relatively balanced. So that same action of rooting through our feet, go ahead and do that here. The aim is to draw your right knee towards the earth as you press into the balls of your right foot and your entire left foot. Still drawing your tailbone to the earth, finding that lift through your heart. Inhale, sweep your arms up to the sky. If you find you feel more stable keeping your right hand on your hip, please do so. Big full breath here. And as you exhale, gently hinge on over to the right. It's a very small movement. We're not going super big here. Inhale, center, bring both arms to shoulder height. Keep that work in your legs. We're almost done. Twist on over to the left. And let your right hand touch down to your left knee, left hand to your chair. Breathe fully. Nice big full inhale. Sweep your arms up to the sky. Exhale, release. Gently bring everything back to center. Let your feet check in underneath your knees. Big full breath. And notice what you notice here. And then we get to do that on the other side. So scoot your way over to the left side of your chair. And draw your left leg beside you so that your heel presses back and your knee reaches towards the earth. And adjust yourself so that you feel safe here. Keep your body safe always. Find that rooting through your feet. Inhale, reach your arms up to the sky. Again, you may bring your left hand to your hip, and that's completely fine. Find that lengthening through your tailbone and that lift through your heart as you root through your feet and reach through your fingertips. The whole time you're breathing here. Big full breath in and out. Nice big full inhale, reach your arms to shoulder height and gently twist on over to the right. Left hand to your knee, right hand to your seat. Breathe here. Find that length in your spine as you inhale. A little bit of softness as you exhale. And on your inhale, reach your arms back up to the sky. Left hand to your hip, right arm reaches up, and then gently hinge on over to the left. Again, very small movement, not very big here. And exhale, release. Bring everything back to center. Bring your feet about chair's width apart, so just beyond your chair's width. And then rock your knees from side to side. Just releasing through our hips a little bit. We've done a lot of leg work today. So just create a little bit of space, create a little bit of ease, give your muscles a break. And then bring everything back to center. I'm going to shift my chair so that it faces you once again. Bring your hands together at your heart and just rub them together. Creating a little bit of friction, possibly a little bit of heat. And with your hands, maybe they're warm, maybe they're not, go ahead and bring them to your eyes. I have to move my glasses out of the way, so if you have to do the same, go ahead and accommodate that. And with your fingertips, find that space between your eyebrows and just give it a little bit of a rub there. And then just walk your fingers out the top of your eyebrows, out to your temples. Sort of massage your temples. And then walk your fingers down your jawline, so down to the side of your face. And keep your fingers going to sort of line your skull. So that place where your skull meets your cervical spine, that's called your occipital ridge. So go ahead and take a moment there, and with your fingertips, just palpate, massage that very part where your cervical spine meets your skull. And then walk your fingertips down the length of your cervical spine, the length of your neck, those muscles that are on the sides of your neck. And then just follow those muscles down the tops of your shoulders. This may be a little work on your fingers, don't worry. We'll give our hands a little bit of love here in just a second. And with your left hand, go ahead and give your right shoulder a little bit of love here. All the way down your bicep and tricep. Down your forearms. And gently bring some movement into your right wrist. And with your left hand, go ahead and take your thumb and just begin to follow each metacarpal through your fingers. So starting with your wrist, just sort of follow it out all the way through your fingers. And follow each line of each finger. Just take a moment there at the meaty part of your right thumb. Pay a little bit extra attention. And then with your left hand, go ahead and press your right hand out in front of you. So we're not gripping in any way, we're pressing through the palm of our hand, and our left hand is just providing that support there. Big full breath. And then gently flip the script. So bring your fingertips down to the earth, reach through the top part of your wrist. And then just release for a moment. Bring both hands into your lap. Bring your palms facing upward. Check in. And we'll do that on side B. So with your left hand, go ahead and start with your right hand rather. Start there up at your left shoulder, your left tricep and bicep. Down your elbow, your forearm, all sides of your forearm. And give your wrist a little bit of love here. And then again, starting there at your metacarpals, and your carpals go all the way through your hands. So just sort of follow the line of your fingers from your wrist all the way beyond your fingers. So this is some of that woohoo yoga stuff. So when you go beyond your fingers, and this information may have been helpful on the other side, you can always move to the other side too. But when you sort of take your fingers and just sort of like toss away, you're sort of letting go of any energy that you don't need, any sort of stagnant energy or anything that's just sort of hanging on. With your thumb, go ahead and give your left thumb a little bit of love. Take that meaty part of your thumb. And with your left hand, reach it out in front. Take your right hand and just use it as a bit of support. So we're not cranking or pressing anything. It's just there as support as you do the work to reach through your wrist. And we'll switch directions. So reach your fingertips down to the earth. Reach through the top part of your wrist. And gently release. So interlace your fingers and then make some figure eights with your hands. And then go the other way. So you're going to flip your hands. So before you go the other way, hang on just a second. So uncurl your hands and then do the other hand on top. So now your opposite thumb is on top. And then make your figure eight movements here. And when you are ready, take a moment. Just open and close your hands. Maybe rock your head from side to side. Bring a little bit of movement into your shoulders, your spine, whatever you need here. Use the next couple of breaths to bring the best movement for you to complete your practice. And as you settle in, allow your movements to become a bit more soft, a bit more subtle. Settle into your integration form. As you settle in, make any final adjustments that you need to so that you are fully supported by your seat, by the earth. If you had that blanket or pillow underneath your feet and you'd like to put it there, go ahead and do that once again. Maybe a blanket on top of your legs if it's chilly. As you settle in, draw in a nice big full inhale. Exhale, sigh it away. Allow your gaze to soften. And as you settle into this space, use the next few breaths to give yourself permission to arrive and to just settle. Starting with the crown of your head, check in with your body, moving down your face, letting go of any tension or tightness that may be hanging on or holding out. Check in with your throat and neck. See if you can bring your breath into those spaces, creating a little bit of ease. Allow your awareness to be drawn into your shoulders. Check in with your chest and that space between your shoulder blades. It's the entire upper part of your torso, front to back, side to side. Allow your awareness to check in with your arms, your wrists, and your hands, your fingers. Check in with your spine and the fingers of your spine, your ribs. Check in with your belly and side waist, maybe your low back. Notice your pelvis. Check in with your hamstrings and thighs. Notice your knees. Check in with your calves and your shins. Notice your ankles and your feet, your toes. just notice your body as a whole. As you notice, can you soften just a little bit more? There's no judgment here. It's just an awareness, an observation. Give yourself permission to maybe soften into the support of the seat, of the chair, of the earth, into the gear that's providing you support. And with the next few breaths, just allow yourself permission to just be in this space. I'll remain quiet for the next 6 to 8 breaths or so. And just allow your awareness of the pure physical sensations of your body, the pure physical sensations of your breath, to be your anchor with the next 6 to 8 breaths or so. And wherever you happen to be in your breath cycles, you may have reached 6, maybe you've done more than 8. It's all good. All of our breath cycles are just a little bit different. Gently allow your attention and awareness to come back into this moment. And with the next few breaths, I invite for you to once again bring your awareness into your physical body. And just notice what you notice from a place of compassion. Ever so gently allow your breath to deepen. And as your breath deepens, bring some movement to your fingers and toes. Rock your head from side to side. On your inhale, sweep your arms up and overhead. Maybe lengthen from fingertips to toes. Maybe let go a sigh or a yawn. And gently release. Bring your hands to your heart. Hold gratitude in your heart for your body as perfect as it is, and for this time that you have given yourself today. And from this same place of gratitude, this exploration of gratitude, bring to mind one more thing that you are grateful for today. On your inhale, sweep your arms up and overhead, palms together. Honor yourself, those around you, and your yoga practice. Exhale, hands to your forehead, that your thoughts may bring peace to yourselves and those around you. To your lips, that your words may bring peace to yourselves and those around you. And to your heart, that your actions may bring peace to yourselves and those around you. Thank you so much for sharing in this practice with me today. I hope you have a really beautiful rest of your day. The light in me sees and honors the light in each and every one of you.